I've been trying not to have drama, so I follow him.
Russell and Kimora Lee Simmonss' daughters, Ming Lee and Aoki Lee, are finally exposing their dad for his toxic behavior. They've been in the headlines a lot, throwing some major shade at Russell. But that's not the only reason why they've made headlines recently. From leaking private conversations to sharing their shocking personal achievements, Ming and Aoki have had a lot going on lately. So let's break it down. Ming and Aoki's first newsworthy happening was a family feud between them and their dad. It all started on Father's Day in early June when Ming posted an Instagram story. Instead of celebrating Russell, as would have been expected, Ming posted a photo of her and Kimora with the caption, "Happy Father's Day." She seemed to be implying that Kimora plays the role of her mother and father. It definitely read as a jab at Russell. Russell subtly responded by sharing some thoughts of his own on Instagram. He wrote that people shouldn't spend so much energy telling fathers to fight harder to see their children. Instead, he said people should ask mothers why their kids' fathers have to fight to see their children. He thinks that more fathers should have access to their kids. And in an ideal world in which all dads are good dads, I'd agree with him. But the truth is that many dads are not good dads. I'm sure those mothers could answer his proposed question easily. Some fathers have to fight to see their children because they are a bad presence in their kids' lives. Aoki responded to Russell's Instagram musings quickly and impactfully. The next day, she publicly shared a series of text and video chats with Russell. She painted Russell as angry, manipulative, and threatening. In the messages she shared, Russell was upset that Aoki didn't post more about him on social media. And although the sound was turned off in one of the videos, he could be seen getting visibly angry. Aoki claimed that Russell told her that no one would believe her if she tried to publicize his poor treatment of her and Ming, and that he told her he would make sure she never got a fashion job again if she spoke out. She decided to come forward anyway and shared that Russell often calls her friends or her boyfriend or other people close to her and threatens them. She said he has harassed her grandmother in the middle of the night and once sent a man to Ming's apartment at 2 in the morning to scare her. According to Aoki, Russell lashes out at anyone who doesn't pretend that his actions are okay. Aoki thinks that Russell is mentally unwell and said that he hasn't been himself for years and she thinks he needs help. But according to Aoki, he won't get it. She said that he has resorted to blocking him on her phone because he refused to respect her boundaries and because talking to him had started to give her panic attacks to the point that she had to take emergency medication to deal with it. Kimora supported Aoki and Ming on social media, turning the situation into a whole family affair. She posted on her Instagram story demanding that Russell leave Aoki and Ming alone, and she said that the reason Russell doesn't get to see Aoki and Ming as much as he would like to is because of his own shortcomings, not because of any fault of Kimora's. She thought it was ridiculous that he would publicly attack her and their kids. And like Aoki did, Kimora called out Russell as threatening and manipulative, as well as dishonest and intimidating. She said his tactics were sad, and she proclaimed that she and Aoki and Ming refused to be bullied or to live in fear of him. She wrote that he mistreats all the women in his life and begged him to stop. After Aoki and Kimora's comments on Instagram, Russell returned to the platform to make another statement regarding the situation. He addressed Aoki and Ming with a pretty odd message. He told him that God was testing them, but that it was okay and they needed to be strong. Considering he was the problem they were complaining about, it was a little off-putting to see him call it a divine test and encourage them to be strong. He continued the message by saying that Ming and Aoki were going through growing pains. He claimed that people grow from adversity, still not acknowledging that he was the adversity. He implored them to remember the lessons they had learned from his books and the things he preached during their childhood. He wanted them to smile and breathe. He told them that they were watchers of the world, so they should let go and be at peace and let God drive them. He finally offered an apology at the end of his message, saying he was sorry for being frustrated and yelling, but it honestly felt a little too late for that. I mean, he spent the first 3/4 of the message seemingly reframing his mistreatment of them as a test from God and asking them to try to learn from it and to accept it for what it is. It definitely was a strange way to lead up to an apology, so that's the story of the family feud as it stands right now. But that's only the first reason Ming and Aoki have been in the spotlight. The second reason is much happier because both of them just graduated from college. Ming, who is 23, graduated from New York University. She studied fashion and is now going to work with Kimora at Baby Fat, Kimora's clothing line. She told Entertainment Tonight that she loves working with her mom, so it's a natural starting step for her. She hopes that someday she will have her own fashion brand like her mother has hers, because she said that fashion is what makes her really happy. You might be surprised to hear Aoki also graduated this year, considering she's only 20. She actually started college when she was only 16, which is absolutely crazy. And the even crazier thing is that the college was Harvard. It's hard enough to get accepted to Harvard at 18. It must be near impossible to get accepted at 16. But somehow Aoki accomplished just that, and she managed to graduate in 4 years before she even reached the legal drinking age. She's one of the youngest Black women to ever graduate from Harvard. Aoki shared a story that really highlighted the work ethic she has that allowed her to do something so academically impressive. According to Aoki, after she finished her last exam, she decided to go to the library of all places. With most students celebrating after graduating, Aoki went to the library, as she said, stared at a wall. Apparently, she was so used to spending all of her time in the library, she didn't know what else to do. Ming said that she wanted to go out and celebrate with Aoki, but realized she couldn't because Aoki can't get into bars yet. But Aoki actually is interested in a different type of bar because she wants to be a lawyer. She is planning on taking the LSAT and applying to law school soon. I'm sure she'll have a lot of options to choose from. As a 20-year-old graduate from Harvard, she's of a pretty rare breed. Before Ming starts working in fashion and Aoki goes off to law school, however, the sisters are hoping to take a vacation to celebrate their graduations. They want to take a trip to Europe together. Ming said she hopes Kimora will pay for it as a graduation gift, to which Kimora laughed and agreed to do so. So while Ming and Aoki have been getting a lot of publicity for feuding with their dad, they've also been getting recognized for their big education accomplishments. But anyway, what do you guys think about all this? Can you believe what happened with Ming and Aoki and Russell? Are you impressed with their graduations and future career plans? Let me know in the comments below.